dong, 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 dong.
Yeah, I was saying my
I like
mind
when the
blown.
beat go. I like
Tell
it
me
when
the
your booty
beat
go. We are back,
Baby.
That dong, 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 dong.
Yo, who invented it? Yeah. Who invented that? Was it Casey or was it Sisqo?
And to keep it real, I don't know
Sisqo?
who invented it, but Into the Dragon was low-key a crazy-ass album, bruh. Shit's low-key a classic.
Y'all
I know
niggas
y'all
gonna make
niggas try
me.
to front on Sisqo, but the nigga had some shit. But anyway, we are
That's
back
when
once again.
Silver hair Sisqo was a problem, bro.
Woo, Platinum Blonde, let's get
He might have
it.
been the first Beyonce. Yeah. As soon as he left the group, nigga,
Super
it
Saiyan
went up.
Sisqo.
Super Saiyan. Already, boy. Count it, bro. How many seconds are we in? 48 seconds in. We got a name of the pod. Fucking amazing, man.
Like I said, man, we are back once again.
10
We are
for
the Wash
28.
Gods.
No look passes, man.
Yeah. We are washed, never washed up. I
Washed,
am
never
Draft.
washed up. I'm Sean-Luc Picard.
Yeah. Taji is back once again. Nolan
see
Exposure,
us, you
man.
see him. You already
see us,
know.
You see him. You know what it is, man. It feels good to be back, baby. Shout out to everybody that's been listening, watching. Shout out to all my gods and goddesses.
Episode 55.
This is episode 55. Shout out to Mutombo. No.
I saw they bring back that Geico commercial, man. They trying to get all the bucks out that.
Yeah.
Shout out Mutombo, man. Big chip.
Atlanta Pride.
Shout out to,
Ooh, wanna what? Shout out Jay Mills, man. No.
That song had oil drums in it, didn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't really know what oil drums are, man.
It's a drum made from an oil drum. It's a real drum made from an oil drum.
Yes.
Yep.
MH.
Most
Shout out Jay
hated.
Mills. Shout out Mutombo. Shout out Junior Seau.
Shout out Junior Seau.
One of the greatest linebackers to ever to play the game, man. Yep. Went out tragically, but shout out Junior Seau, man. Always one of my favorite players, man. You never heard nothing but great stories about Junior Seau.
Frico, you see it.
Yeah.
Frico's favorite player was Junior Seau. So much so he got his number tattooed on his back.
That's crazy.
Whole back. Frico at the top, 55 for Junior Seau. I remember when we was getting ready, when we was doing the Channel 6 project and we did the cover.
Frico looked like one of them The Rock niggas.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah. He one of them
Samoans.
Samoan, Palauan type niggas.
He got
an N at the end on the end of shit. Like,
yeah, he got one of them
Palauan,
accents over his
Shimon,
letter.
Yeah.
What you call that? The squiggly line over the ends. You learning Spanish? Come on.
I don't know the
Yep.
number of it.
Fuck it.
They make an N and a Y sound.
Yeah, anyway. Mañana.
How was your week?
My week was shitty tang. It was really terrible. Just a lot of work shit, man. I really feel like I'm getting to the point where work is just like, I fucking hate working, bro. And people are like, yo, why don't you just get a new job? Like, motherfucker, it's
How?
a job, nigga. It's not a how, motherfucker. I don't want to get a new job. I want to get a no job. Like, that's the goal, to get a no job. I don't want a fucking job. I don't want a job. Like, there's no good jobs. Like, I'm working for some nigga, man.
Just over broke.
I remember a nigga told me that shit in high school. He's like, yo, jobs stand for just over broke. As long as you got a job, you're going to be hustling and shit. That nigga ain't never spoke truer words in his motherfucking life than that statement. Like, God damn, man, fuck these jobs. Like, it's no good job. Like,
Yeah,
The
shout out my
idea-
nigga Marcus. Marcus told me, he was like, bro, you got to stop working for niggas. I was like, man, I can't even argue with this nigga.
that's
I
what's so
got to.
crazy about it. Because the older you get, like, at least for me, like, I always feel like I'm surrounded. And this is so fucked up. This is why I never recommend my coworkers to this podcast, but I'm often feel like I'm surrounded by people that are like a lot of levels below me intelligence-wise or whatever, like just problem solving and shit. Like just shit that I feel like is basic knowledge, but like
Critical thinking skills.
yeah, that shit is very rare in this time, in this social media age. It's like people don't know how to handle people in real life. They're like, whoa, she said something mean to me. It's like, oh, you stupid motherfucker. Keep moving, man. You simple
These are the
Simon
games we
motherfucker.
play.
I felt like Denzel And American Gangster, it's like, you Simple Simon motherfuckers, like, stop talking to me.
You blot that shit.
Yeah, like we ain't walking around in minks. We not doing stupid shit. Like, stop doing dumb shit, and you won't have so many problems, you know. But no.
He's fucked up.
One thing I learned.
Coked up all the time.
Like, you know, being in whatever position I'm in is like, you know, it's the people business. It's the managing personalities and shit. And like,
that's life.
I honestly don't give a fuck about anybody's personality. Like, I don't care about the things that help you tick. Like, I don't want to know you.
One of my proudest moments was having a conversation about some shit I fucked up at work. And it was known that Sean got other shit going on. I was like, oh shit. As you should know that. You should know I got other shit going on. It's a lot of plates.
But you always should assume everybody, like, my thing is, like, the reason why I don't intrude in nobody's personal life when I'm getting into, like, you know, the work setting is because I know you got other shit going on. So last thing you need is another motherfucker prying into your shit, or, like, you know what I'm saying? So if anything, I try to make work as easy as possible. You ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't really gotta do nothing. Just do your motherfucking job, man. You know what I'm saying? But, like, just asking people to do the bare minimum seems to be, like, a feat in this day and age. So, that's where I'm at with it. Like, you know, this week was this week, but it just, you know, managing personalities, I've been speaking about it for many episodes. But we still here. So it just is what it is. Like, I'm just, like, trying to learn how to manage personalities, learn how to tame my own anxiety that I'm going through. And, like, you know, understanding that anxiety probably lives in them times 10. Because I, like, you know, like, some supervisor or whatever. So, like, all the people under me are teenagers and shit for the most part, or really old. So it's like they have the same anxieties or even worse. So I gotta understand that, and, like, dealing with that in real time is different. I can say that shit in the pod, like, yeah, people got these problems, and then, you know, I gotta understand their problems, but, like, in real time, it's, like, completely different. I think that's the thing too that is not talked about. We can always talk about how we should process problems, like, until you're in the moment of those problems. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot different than saying, like, all right, let's manage people's feelings, let's do this, let's do that, until you in that situation.
You always got a plan for a fight until you get punched.
Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yep. Shout out Mike.
Yeah, shout out Mike Tyson. But yeah, that's my week. I don't know if that summed up anything, but that's just how the week been going.
We forgot to do countries.
Oh yeah. Oh, we'll do them after your week.
My week was washed in addition to very tumultuous. A lot of mistakes were made.
And he's right, mistakes were made.
We balled. It wasn't really.
And
that
I'm
bad.
frankly not happy about it.
I went to the chiropractor this week. Shout out my job because they pay for it. And it was kind of, it really put me in the mind frame of, like, regardless of the era, it's always somebody who's been sold a dream. Like, chiropractic medicine is kind of like, it's like selling snake oil. It works if you believe in it. It's like ghosts and shit.
You hear some cracks and you just assume everything is going well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I feel better. Because I don't. And to be honest with you, like, it was weird. Because I had this little Jewish lady who was giving me my evaluation. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, she's going to actually crack my back. She did give me a lot of helpful information. I got x-rays. I found out one of my shoulders is lower than the other one. Like, my right shoulder is lower, and I can see it when I'm in the mirror. Everybody look at it. You see me on camera? Look, I'm going to sit up straight. Make sure you pay attention. It's right shoulder droop. But it's from that bike accident when I got ran over. I'm pretty sure that had to be it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Anyway, also one of my hips is lower than the other, and since then, like, I just been in pain. Like,
I also don't trust that shit because they told me that same shit. It's like, yeah, your hips are just out of place. I'm like,
I think, and that's what I feel like she was just telling me all this shit. So,
because it was like she would look at somebody telling me, like, yo, your nose isn't positioned right. That's why you don't sleep that good. Then I'm like, you know what? And then you know what I'm saying?
Like, damn, I'm not sleeping now.
Yeah. It's like,
yo, it was so that, like, I forget what you call it. I want to say confirmation bias, but that's not. It's something of that nature. But it's almost like as soon as somebody says like, "Oh, your knee is like your leg cocked to the right," you're like, "Oh shit!" Now it hurts on that side.
Yeah.
Like, and now I have all this like phantom pain. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so uncomfortable," and yeah, Phantom showing solid, Metal showing solid, the phantom pain, but she couldn't do shit for real. Like, I'm looking at the whole experience, and I'm like, yo, there's no way this little old lady could crack my back. Pause. And pause in advance because it's about to get sketchier. I needed a grown ass man in there, bro. I needed somebody that was like my size, somebody who was willing to put in the work. Because if it was really gonna be something I was gonna find any sort of like relief or comfort from, like, you're not gonna do it with a overweight lady who lets her dog pee in the office. That's just not even ethical. Like, I feel like like, you should get sued for malpractice just based off the fact that you're running this and other people are trusting you because you're irresponsible. You need to have somebody else doing it, somebody else more capable, somebody else a little bit more, like, with a little bit more oomph. I'm never going back. She tried to sell me a plan. I knew it was just because the stimulus dropped. She tried to sell me a plan that was exactly $1,400. You got to come in here 3 days a week, for at least 5 months. I'm like, yo, I don't even have enough time off work in order to do that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy because I always tell people about all the type of doctors that like need your subscription, that are subscription-based doctors. You know what I'm saying? Like chiropractors, psychologists, psychiatrists, all those people that need, like, they're just, you know, they're magic doctors and shit. Like they don't actually have like you know, prescriptions to give you or things to solve, but they'll just say like, you know what, I think the way to solve your problem is for
keep
you
coming back.
Yeah, for you to keep seeing me every fucking week.
So I'm in the office, right? And I'm looking at the receptionist tells me about all the degrees she has, and I'm looking at all the degrees on the wall. In this office, this smells like piss.
And you beat that.
All of them say Life University. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, a university, and not, shout out to Wake Forest, Xavier, all them schools that have abstract names. We still know where you are. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, this school ain't got no basketball team. I'm trusting the bitch with my livelihood. You cracking my back. This is
and
the
LeBron can't even go there. Like, if LeBron came out of high school, he couldn't.
And went to Life University, bro. He wouldn't be LeBron.
Yeah.
He'd be some nigga who work on a shipyard.
Y'all stopped the nigga short.
He'd be at FedEx
Professionally.
Yeah, man. I don't know what she could have been, but a chiropractor ain't it. Like, she not built for it, literally. Shout out to her though. That was part of my week. RP Bubs, I had a weird Tuesday this week because it was the anniversary of like his passing. I realized we would have been in South by right now if it wasn't for possibly. I know we kind of swore that shit off.
Yeah.
But
you know, who knows?
But I had to go to work that day, and I remember the beginning of the week saying somebody. Matter of fact, the lady at the chiropractor office was telling me how she was like, "Damn, you born September 23rd. That's the anniversary. That's when my baby father died." And I was just like, my condolences? It was a weird memory, and I noticed a lot of people around me attach a lot of like attention to death. Like, they pay attention to the days, the situations or scenarios, and though I tend to be aware of it, I try not to think about it. Like, I try not to memorialize shit.
I'm also
like that.
not really a dates person. Like, you know, a lot of like very significant things happen to me in certain dates, but I don't like as you said, I don't memorialize them. It's just like, oh, it happened on this day, but I don't necessarily feel like I gotta hold a flag up for this day. Like,
especially because if you really
especially in the case of Bubs, it's like I remember this nigga just on random days. You know what I mean?
If you really fuck with somebody, those type of moments happen every day, not the day, not specifically the day that the worst thing that ever happened.
If somebody like someone else significant like passed in my life, then it would just be passing thoughts. I don't know if it would be like the day that they passed, because on all our memories that we had together, that really wasn't the most significant day to me.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a lot of good times. Like, those are times that are going to hit me randomly rather than, like, the day you pass. Like, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying?
So that being said, like I noticed a lot of people, it was significant. A lot of people were paying attention to, like, death around me. And it had me down. Like, I was just like, man, why the fuck? Coworker said something about the anniversary of one of their family members passing, the shit at the chiropractor office, and then the 17th hit. I'm just out of sorts. I'm at work, and I see the picture that we took out there on off of 6 by that motorcycle that Bubs took.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, I was like, damn, bro, this was however many years ago today. And I was like, oh, shit, that means today is. And it kind of hit me at a point where I'm already in work mode. Like, I can't really even take a break to kind of, like, get myself together. So I'm just working through shit, and I'm listening to the album we performed out there. I think it might have been Channel 6.
Yeah, I think
Fake
we did
news.
a lot of fake news shit.
And
We did some losers too, but
I remembered a lot, like how I was talking to Taji in the car, how little faith I have in my work. Like, it's got to be, I kind of got to adjust my mindset, because because there's such a prolonged gratification with music. Like, you make it and you get used to it, and then you release it and everybody else gets used to it, and then you perform it. By the time you get to performing it, you're like, yo, I'm sick of hearing this shit. And if I've been recording during that time period, I got so much other shit I'd rather do that I'm interested in. But now it's just a wait. Given enough space, I had the time to kind of go back and respect all the shit that we did. And it was just a lot of layers. Like, I'm sitting there thinking about my work day and how much black guy thinking time I have. And I'm fortunate. That's why I don't say, like, even if I have a fucked up week, it was still better than it would have been, like, at some corporate ass job, because I had the opportunity to kind of process my thoughts and even the ability to correct my mistakes. Like, I think the ability to control the outcome on shit has been a real blessing to a certain extent, because I ain't had that in any other job I had, and that's one of the things I'm thankful for. But yeah, this week was washed, man. Did a lot of washed shit.
Ooh.
Countries.
Yeah. Let's get into the countries, man. I'm sorry to the countries that are expecting to hear their names called. I'm sure there's none. Oh, that's crazy. All right, so that's what's up. But
Africa, we still looking for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some calls.
And by calls, he's probably not gonna make calls. Let's shout out to the United States. I don't have the countries up, 'cause I was doing some random shit.
And now the slow to low. Play the Jeopardy thing. R.I.P.
All right, we back. All right, these United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada,
6.
Iceland,
Number 1 black podcast to Iceland.
Germany, Russia.
Shout out Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Shout out Khabib Nurmagomedov.
India, France, Brazil, Norway, Finland,
Francais.
Costa Rica, Puerto Rico,
Oh,
Romania, Spain,
bitch.
Ecuador, New Zealand, Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, Singapore.
Swing on, nigga.
Slovakia, Belgium, Italy, Qatar, Turkey, and Hong Kong. We are back once again, man. We are the Wash Gods. I'm gonna do another introduction because we're about to get into these topics.
Wash moments.
Oh shit.
It's a lot of work. Whole lot of work. I can go first.
Yeah.
So Saturday, I was off. Spent it trying to catch up on life, doing domestic shit, laundry. I was gonna watch Snyder Cut with my dad and my uncle, which is dope because I know we usually go to the movies to see shit like that, but because of COVID, we don't really do shit together anymore. Not like that, not publicly. So all we really do is link up, watch movies, and all we really could do. And by this time, it was something worth linking up. It just so happened to be the longest movie ever invented. I did some, like I said, handled some business. got some mushrooms randomly, got some tree. Was like thinking to myself, like, yo, I need to have something that's gonna keep me interested in this movie, because I tried to watch the original Justice League and couldn't make it through it. I didn't give a fuck at all.
I don't think anybody made it through it, but go on.
I mean, if you bought tickets, but you made it through it. Did you like the first one, the first take? Yeah, it was bad. But I prepared. I prepped. I made it in T form, which is the first time I did it, and I realized I kind of did it wrong. But it still kind of had the desired effect. I definitely was tripping. But not enough to be, like, too spaced out around people, which is, I was proud of myself. I found a very happy balance. But somewhere, like, in the middle of the movie, my homeboy Keem calls me, and he's like, yo, Keem is my homeboy from high school. Keem, Lee, and my homeboy Marcus, shout out Mac. They were who I was hanging with All-Star Weekend. I almost called it Super Bowl weekend. They were who I was with All-Star Weekend, and it was really, I think that was my wash moment, like maybe 2 pods ago. And he calls me and tells me Lee is having a listening party at the studio. And Lee, ironically, builds studios and has been doing it since he got out of high school. Made One Take Studios. If y'all get your IGs at One Take Studio, that's his shit. But I was like, man, I'm going to go, bro, because
Go ahead.
I was like, yo, I'm going to go because, you know what I mean, these my niggas, and I ain't seen them in a minute. Let me show face. This is before I drink the tea. I drink the tea. I start watching the movie. I don't feel like doing shit. About 10 minutes goes by after the movie's over with. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, I'm not going. I text him, tell him I'm not coming. Got shit to do in the morning. This nigga FaceTimes me immediately. Like, yo, what's up, man? You not gonna fuck with us? You not? And immediately I felt young again. Like, this is like, yo, what you doing, bro? Your mom said you can't go out nowhere. We'll just come outside for a minute. We outside. Like, it felt like that. And so I ended up going to the studio. They were recording some shit. And I ended up playing the album for them. We go through some other music. It was the first time some of my friends, like, from like Rita and heard this shit that I've been doing since now. It made me think about how many transitions I done been through, because they know me from a different time in life. But all of that was well and good. And eventually they get really, really turned up. And they're like, yo, we got to go somewhere, bro. I got to get around bitches. Like, I understand, man. Because I told them I wasn't going to come unless I could do some work. So I'm playing music, trying to see what, you know what I mean, I might want to work on, getting the feel for what everybody else does. Those producers and engineers and people in there, studio shit. And they're like, yo, we about to go. And I'm thinking to myself, like, ugh, like, immediately. Why, nigga? Like, nigga, I'm about to go get bitches. And I'm looking at it like, oh,
No.
this is why I don't do high school shit no more. Cause the progression is like, yo, we used to do the hood rat shit when the hood rat shit was the only option. Now the goal is to transition.
Now we know where to go.
Yeah, you loop until you can get enough momentum to get out that circle. You meet the right
like
motherfucker.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta make it around the whole loop. You gotta make it. Yeah.
Jump over that
Exactly.
next
Make sure you jump when you get your momentum up, boy.
Yeah.
So they come back like hours later. The niggas who was my engineer, my potential engineer, my potential producer, and the muscle, I'm assuming, are getting ready to go. And they're like, yeah, we gotta make a drive, bro. It's like 3 a.m. They still not back. They still at Barnacles. I'm calling the nigga Hakeem. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? It was like, yo, we on the way, bro.
Yeah,
I see you in 5 minutes.
Young shit, man.
5 hours later, I see y'all in 5 minutes. Go ahead, Rob. So now it's just me in the studio, all my shit. I'm just sitting there watching drugs on Netflix, watching niggas snitch. Keem show up, Lee walk in, his cousin walk in, and they're like, yo, man, where everybody at? I'm like, nigga. I'm like, nigga, I should be asking you that. Where the bitches at? They're like, man, this nigga Lee fucked it up. I'm like, what happened? He like, yo, man, I would have brought him back, but I noticed one of the chicks, she had on dirty socks and flip-flops. I'm like, nigga, it's what are you talking about? Like, I'm surprised she had on feet.
We're gonna bleep that club name. But go on.
No, I said it twice.
Yeah, bleep all that. Yeah, I got you.
So I don't give a fuck. Fuck them.
Yeah, no, all right. Let's relax.
You got a shitty establishment, bro.
Yeah. We're not gonna say any names.
It's all me now. I can say what I want. Fuck them.
True.
But anyway, like, bro, you was at this undisclosed location, bro. What did you expect? Like, that's like going to another spot that won't be named on the east side.
Nah, you can name them.
Yeah, because they not there no more. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, that's like going to Jay's place. Shout out all my niggas on the east side that know about Jay's place. You a particular breed of nigga.
Thought nigga.
Dot body. But I've been in
Dot
Jay's.
box.
I've been in Jay's place, nigga. I shot pool in Jay's place one time and never went back. But they proceeded to tell me a story.
We shot pool in Jason.
Oh, we did go there.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
We went to Domingos or some shit. What's it called? There's some shit to start with. Dudley's.
Dudley's. Oh,
shit.
So the conversation went from them buying out all the Hennessy in Jay's place to a bar hop or a bar crawl of all the like hole in the wall slum clubs in Atlanta. Most of which are no longer there. Jay's place, the Cave, Dudley's is still over there.
Dudley's still there?
Yeah, Dudley's still there.
That's wild.
The Bomb's still there too. I mean, well, obviously, but yeah, the Bomb is still kind of still kind of lit.
Drop bombs on the bomb. You ain't got.
We need a sponsorship, man.
You can bleep the names he said negative shit about, but all the other name drops are fine. But anyway,
one more bleep. Fuck, bro.
I guess that was his wash moment. I'm gonna get into mine. Oh yeah, my shit is very simple. I'm sorry, it's not as cool as Sean's, but I just got back into music, man. Like on some shit, like because of iTunes, like you can actually read lyrics, and like that's like a big thing for me. So like reading lyrics to songs as they go by is like it took me back when I was a kid. Like I remember when I first got into rap, that was my big thing. Like I would print out lyrics to people's albums, and I would like literally read they shit like a book.
Yeah.
So like to do that shit in my we gonna bleep that and please and but to do this shit at this age is like very interesting because like oh yeah, like I kind of fell back in love with other people's pens, like just to see the way they write things.
What you been listening to that stood out?
And like I told you, like Shmino, Saba, like very like Chicago-esque, like more of the fast rapping dudes that I like. A lot of times I feel like I would miss their shit, so sometimes it feel like it just it just wouldn't hit the same as people that rap is like like Drake's or like
The
Kendrick's, Jay-Z's, the people that might have quicker flows that aren't as clean or are a little bit cleaner, I'd say. But
Lupe was kind of the marriage of that.
Yeah, Lupe was the marriage of that. That's why I love Lupe so much. But like getting into the Chicago rap, man. So shout out Shmino, shout out Saba, shout out Masago. I don't know if he's from Chicago, but shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to him too.
I always say chicks that listen to Masago never shave their armpits. Like it's a type of chick that listen to Masago.
Shout out Chop. Shit on me live on there. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, man, that's pretty much my watch moment. Just reading lyrics again, like falling back in love with rap, man. I feel like Common.
That's Erykah Badu.
My friend.
I guess you would be Common.
Song. Yeah.
He was in it. No, it's Erykah Badu.
No, it's Common song, ain't it?
It's Erykah Badu song.
But it's Common's on it. You know how I met her? We broke up and got back together. Then broke up and got back together. Yeah. So
you crochet pants, Common.
Ooh, don't you ever disrespect me. Don't you ever disrespect.
But we'll be right back.
No. Bleep the part too. Bleep that part too. Yeah. Then we'll be right back.
Last word draft.
Yeah, I'm just saying this. Got a lot of topics. back once again. We are the Wash Guards. Never washed the motherfucking up. Or some shit. But anyway, yeah, man. We're back once again, man. So, RP, Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, RP Elgin Baylor. A
Laker great. I mostly know Elgin Baylor for being the GM for the Clippers.
Yeah, during the one of the most tumultuous times.
Yeah, he went through the whole Donald Sterling era of the Clippers. He did go through all of that. So I shout out to Elgin Baylor. Like I always shout the Clippers bell because they had a black GM. But I guess I don't know, man. The Donald Sterling case is a whole nother thing, and I don't want that to sully his name. But shout out to Elgin Baylor, a great old man that I never saw play. Like one of those people that you always see in the highlights that are very slow motion. Yeah. They just catch the ball and then they like dribble very slow.
When the socks had more material than the shorts.
When the socks had more game than the footage.
When they were everybody hooped in low tops. There was only one shot of the court.
Like, this nigga has some mean socks. Well, shout out Elgin Baylor. Nah, real shit, I'm too young to ever, like, know any of the things that you did other than being a GM for the Clippers. So, and that's not necessarily your greatest period. Let's be realistic.
I saw the. You
did get to live through some of the like high periods of the Clippers, but it was like towards the end of your life. So, but real shit, R.I.P. Elgin Baylor.
I watched a few just news pieces on him in preparation for the topic, and one of the things I didn't know is he was a career Laker, and one of the first players to make the transition from Minneapolis to one of the first black players to make the transition from Minneapolis to L.A. during that time period.
I mostly know Elgin Baylor because throwback jerseys.
Yeah, one of the hardest.
I remember everybody had the Elgin Baylor and Minneapolis Lakers jerseys, the blue joint.
Yep, the blue one with the one that was in the Fab video. I can't remember that shit.
Yeah. I can't deny it. Was I Can't Deny It?
No, it was when he had the
baby girl I traded on. Was it that?
You got a deep Fab catalog.
Fab bag.
Yeah, we got a Fab possible topic. Damn, possible title, pardon me. Fab bag is hard. Let that marinate. Shout out Elgin Baylor, man. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Elgin Baylor.
The other stat that I heard, that I saw on the video I was watching, he was like a 10-time MVP. Like he was really a hooper. No, this was the NBA.
Oh, okay.
He was a hooper, and then he went on to coach the Utah Jazz. He was a real Western Conference player, GM of the Clippers, coach of the Utah Jazz. Yeah. It's funny looking back at the videos. You can tell how much style changed, but NBA players always dressed like NBA players, bro. This joker had on like a carpet-colored suit coat, flared collar. He had on his chain. He had on the box fro that looked like, and it stuck through his career, even through retirement. He was on not First Take. It might have been First Take. I can't remember the name of one of them stupid ass sports shows. Yeah. But he was on there, and I was like, man, the fro just got smaller and grayer. It didn't change. It just got more compact. It looked like a helmet.
Shout out to Elgin Baylor and his more compact fro.
Noble Negro. The Noble Negro
R.I.P.
fro.
Elgin Baylor, man. We're going to keep it moving. LeBron, man, our prayers are with you.
Get well soon.
He suffered a tough injury against the Hawks, so I feel like we had to talk about it because it happened in Atlanta. It's really going to greatly affect the Western Conference standing. So, LeBron, you're going to shoot some steroids in your fucking knee and do your goddamn thing. So
get that HGH.
Shout out to you, man. We know everybody know what the fuck going on, man. This motherfucker got a big fucking head, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and get that, you know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. Charlie Murphy.
Shot of baby blood, whatever it takes.
Yeah, man. Keep spinning your blood and doing all that other shit, whatever the fuck you doing, LeBron.
Keep getting in that hyperbolic chamber.
Playing in the northwest corner.
Yeah.
We gonna bleep that. Shout out to Yeah, we gonna talk about that, and when we talk about what I've been watching.
Shout out to Q and Bleep that. Please. I don't need us popping up in no Reddits.
8chan, shout out to
8chan.
8chan.
6chan.
Yeah. Bleep that too. Fuck. But anyway, man, we gotta talk about something serious. I think I think the count was 10 people. 10 people died from this massage parlor.
Nah, unfortunately, that was the Colorado shooting that happened in the supermarket.
How many people died in the massage? Oh, I'm sorry. All right,
8. One was injured. The massage parlor shooting
that happened here in Atlanta, Georgia.
It happened last Tuesday?
Yeah, so I feel like we need to touch on that just because it happened.
And then the Colorado shooting happened Friday.
Yeah,
What happened today?
Someone got shot in Midtown MARTA Station. There was a shooting at Cumberland Mall, and someone got arrested at the Publix at Atlanta Station with 5 guns on them and body armor.
Shit! Are you? Well, goddamn. Well, thank you,
Nick.
Nightly Nick News.
Nick at night.
Nick at night, yeah. Nick at night news.
Shout out Megan Markle.
But anyway, yeah, that's crazy. We shouldn't probably laugh at that, but yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, well, I don't even know what shooting to attack first, but I guess we'll attack the Colorado shooting. The reason why the Colorado shooting like struck me a lot because I grew up in the Columbine era. Like I remember when Columbine happened. It was like a big thing. Like I saw somebody tweet that like, yo, I had like 3 or 4 mass shootings within 10 miles of me within my lifetime. Like some shit got to be talked about. So I think they included the Aurora shooting, I believe.
That was right outside of Boulder, I think.
Yeah. So like, honestly, like prayers to all the people that live in that town, man. I really can't imagine what it's like to live in that type of town after all that shit happened. Like,
and what's the over under? Because I saw talks of Biden talking about banning assault rifles. That's not a good idea for anybody. But without saying too much,
I don't know if that's not a good idea. But
it's not. Yeah, it's not.
I think we're too far gone. I think we're too far gone.
That's what I mean. It's not a good idea because the only way to do it is by force. And if you do that, my goal was not to get too deep on this topic. But you commented. I don't think the root is guns. I think the root has to do with, without being cliche, the mental health of the individuals who have them. And
mental health, man, is a tricky thing. To me, I think we live in a society of have and have-nots. You live in that type of society, it's always going to be intense violence because it's always going to be have-nots to say. You think rich people has there been a person that's of wealth that's been in like a mass shooting?
Has been in or
like been
committed?
Of a wealth
and committed. Like
someone that's like at least a millionaire, 100,000.
The Vegas shooter.
He wasn't 100,000.
He was rich.
Was he?
He was rich. He was rich.
All right.
I don't remember his name. I can look it up. Give me a second. But yeah, I want to say because they were showing his house from a helicopter, and I remember that he may have been rich.
Maybe to support your topic, I'd say we have a culture problem more than we have a gun problem.
Yeah.
Like we have a culture. Maybe it's the culture amongst guns. Like we live in a Terminator society. I think, like a little bit, you know. Like we expect like the good guy to swipe in and kill all the bad guys, and everybody feels like they're the good guy.
Yeah, everybody has a hero
like I was
mindset.
watching I watched some documentary. I don't know if it was a QAnon documentary, but
side note: Stephen Paddock. Yeah, Stephen Paddock, former auditor and real estate businessman. It doesn't say whether or not he was rich, but yeah, that was his name.
Yeah. I really don't want to give light to the motherfuckers' names because that's really their goal.
This is true.
But yeah, like anyway, I was watching I think it might have been the QAnon documentary. Either way, I was watching one of those documentaries, and they were talking about like the whole Pizzagate shit. How people got hyped into the whole idea of what Pizzagate was, and they was running into that pizza shop with fucking AK. Like
rifles.
somebody, a dude finally ran in there with like an assault rifle and like started aiming this shit at kids because he's trying to find child molesters. And you see like the fucking rabbit holes people fall into because of social media or because of like what do you call them? Like
Gullibility.
What would you call like 4chan and shit like that? What would you call that? A message board, like message boards, rather. Yeah, forums, like those, like internet forums, rather, like message boards and all those type shit. People fall into those, and I was watching it. Well, just seeing the way that people fall into those holes is like. It's kind of scary. Like the reason why, I'm very cautious the way I intake whatever media I intake is because I know you can fall into whatever hole. It's like, all right, I'm this person, I'm that person. It's like I'm not any person. Like I'm draft. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy. Like I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Like. I'm
Subject
whatever
to change.
person. Yeah, I'm whatever person. Whoever falls into the particular set of morals that I might agree with, if more, then I might vote for that person. But I'm not that person. I'm not married to any idea. I'm not willing to fight for any idea.
Just because I think A doesn't mean
Especially
you
in this
think X,
two-party
Y, Z.
system.
Yeah.
In this two-party system, I'm not fighting for any idea. I'm seeing whoever agrees with my perspective the most. Like I'm not liberal or Republican. I'm not left or right. I'm not anything.
Conservative draft.
I'm draft fan. I will be whatever these two parties decide I have to be.
We're kind of at a crossroads when it comes down to political thought because there's so many variables to picking a side now. The people who actually do care about a lot of the issues aren't so much caught up in the hype. I guess we'll get into it later in one of these topics. I guess it may be a good tangent if I can jump out of order because the massage parlor was...
I jumped all out of the topic. I was just looking at the topics. I was like, damn, man, this is massage parlor shit? Well...
No, I mean, we talked about that too. We touched on it first, but we jumped into the Colorado shooting. But from the other side of it, the massage parlor shooting that happened here was specifically... of the Asian community. The victims were specifically of the Asian community, except for one undisclosed person who I think was...
Actually, he was the person getting a massage.
Yeah, getting a massage. But I had a conversation with my coworker because they're Asian, and I'm asking them, do you feel like you see a lot of direct racism towards Asians in your personal life? Like, do you suffer from it? And both of them were like, I have, but coming up, not really, because we kind of stick to ourselves. And one of the points that I was trying to make earlier, and I don't know if this will be controversial or not, but if so, bleep. But I feel like a lot of times we don't have an identity to attach to Asians in America because they assimilate very well. I think there are two types of Asians that I interact with on a daily basis, and all of them
bleep, 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 bleep,
all of them
bleep.
reflect their culture. No, all of them reflect their... I think I'm straight now.
No, I'm talking to me.
Oh.
Go on.
I heard a point where somebody was like, yo, you can't lead with the topic. So you in certain aspects it's like that with personalities. Like if you lead with the thing that you care the most about, I'm already kind of turned off because you're trying to you're front.
I don't know, man. As a black person, I feel like it's very tricky because I was watching the whole
I was gonna
Stop
get to that.
Asian Hate. Yeah.
Before you step on it.
I'm sorry.
Before you step on it.
Go ahead.
Before you step on it.
All right.
I'm asking them, are they having the same conversations growing up about racism that black people have with their kids? And because we have different types of conversations.
We have very
when it comes down to our interactions with the police,
if
other races.
if you have responsible parents, then it has some sort of.
Let me tell you what it's like to be black. One of those conversations. So I'm like, yo, do your parents have a conversation with you? Like, yo, let me tell you what it's like to be Asian. And they're like, nah, because we stay to ourselves. Like, until they get the chance to choose what type of perspective, as far as American culture is concerned. They're even told, which is something that I think maybe cultural among people who like move here from other countries. But, yo, don't speak that your native tongue around people who don't understand it. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's pretty much like black people.
Yeah.
Like, you can't speak black around white people. That's our native tongue.
Keep your third eye open.
It's not even no third eye, man. Like, we can't keep disrespecting our culture, like, to make it seem like it's magic. Like, nah, that's what it is. Like, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Like, the same way they don't want to speak their tongue around us. Like, I can't be niggerish around. When I'm at work, I can't act the same way. I can't be myself. You know what I'm saying? I know I got to be a more condensed version of myself. I know that. I'm at work.
I think that is an interesting topic. Like, self-expression is such a part of our, like,
even
the way
in
we
the way I talk.
Yeah,
like,
the way we communicate with each other. We've had multiple conversations about, like, yo, it may not be necessarily what I'm saying directly to you that is aggressive. Is how I feel about what we talking about that may be aggressive, and that's something that you can only understand if you understand the nuance of, like,
not
communication
even that,
amongst people
just
that you
like
know.
even with body language. Like, I feel like my body language has to be controlled. I can't be as expressive with that shit. Like, with you, I can be in, like, a work setting because I know what it is. Like, because I know, like, these people that aren't from my culture are around me, and they're gonna, like, interpret it a different way than its intended purposes.
So to circle back to the topic, like, there's been a lot of conversation about how this qualifies as a crime. Obviously, there was a heinous crime that was committed, but they're qualifying it as a hate crime because it happened specifically in these places where he knew Asian people worked. If it wasn't motivated by race, though, because, you know what I mean, I think one of those massage parlors, allegedly, is one of those massage parlors. You know what I mean? And he had been there before. Like, this is a place that he had been. And it had come out that he had also been to a Christian reform camp of some sort, like, where a Christian conversion camp. Thinking about somebody who is an extremist, a religious extremist, wouldn't necessarily be motivated strictly off race. Like, it would be a different type of crime. This is more terrorism than anything else. And I think that that's the conversation that's going to be blown over because we're going to be focused on, like, stop Asian hate. When this topic is old, like...
Yeah, and I also feel like I get both sides of the argument. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like...
the way it comes out in the media, I feel like it's being played up as a ploy, and I don't want people to fall for the bait.
What's so fucked up is, like, if we give our, like, point about, like, the other side of it, like, now it destroys, like, it makes it seem like we should split. Yeah, it makes it seem like we should split the point in half, and I feel like that's the whole problem.
Now we all lives matter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that whole type of shit.
And even during the conversation, even though I'm comfortable with these people, like, I got that type of energy. Like, what you trying to say? And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just asking, do you feel that type of energy? Because it was almost like the same shit you said about COVID when you came back from London. Like, nigga, I see the news, but I'm also here.
Yeah.
And I feel like we see the news, but we also here. Like, every day, talking the same shit. It's a bottle of Hennessy in our fridge, bro. Y'all black. To me, like, y'all act like niggas. But
I also feel like, everybody's personal struggle is their personal struggle. So, like, for us to compare our personal struggles is always tricky.
And I'm not comparing. So what I'm saying is...
No, I'm not even saying that you're doing that, but I just think that, like... When
people push back, that's when the initial reaction is to be like, so what you trying to say? This don't equal this? And I think that's where the narrative gets lost, because if we're just asking, what's the source? Like, this type of aggression, this type of behavior, where does it come from? And if we saw the tension that we saw in L.A. between Koreans and blacks in that time, then white supremacy was the root of that. Like the Rodney King riots was the root of that. You just had another section of the city portraying the same behavior that they saw that ignited the fire in the first place. Like this is the same. It's just what you call that? Monkey see, monkey do. So I don't know. Like right now, I feel like America has a problem with dealing with behavioral, like mental health issues, as opposed to.
As I said, man, like these internet fucking message boards and all that type of shit, niggas fall into these fucking
So much
traps.
information, there's no way to streamline that shit.
And these people fall into these traps and they start believing whatever the fuck they read and they get hypnotized by this shit. Yeah, they spiral out of control and all of a sudden and like they got an AK in a church or whatever the fuck the case is. You know what I mean? Like I think that's just the day and age we live in, which is unfortunate, but it just is what it is.
Next topic.
Yeah. We get to the Snyder Cut. We're gonna skip over that women's joint. Yeah. Shout out to my lady.
You watched it. Taji, you watched it?
Yes.
Drive, you watched it?
Yes.
Yes. I liked it. I
liked it too.
The long and the short of it is I liked it. We had a short conversation about it. It was filled with a lot of I knows and shit like that.
I know, but this, but that, yeah.
But I thought it was good because it finally gave me the background on the characters that I needed in order to give a fuck. We talked about the comparison between Justice
Shout
League.
out to Martian Manhunter, man. And I loved it. You watched it already, right? Oh, you haven't watched it. You haven't watched it?
You just said yes a minute ago.
Snyder Cut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's who that motherfucker was?
Martian Manhunter?
Yeah, the guy who turned into
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that was. I didn't read.
Yeah, you didn't watch the end of it?
I saw it twice.
Talking about post credit?
No, there's an ending scene.
Yeah, but he was in the movie. He was in the
he announces himself. He said, I am Martian Manhunter.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I didn't know who it was.
Oh, you're not a DC?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
I don't give a fuck either.
All right, go on.
Yeah. No, continue. Like
I'm not deep into either, but I know what
I didn't know you deeper than us, Pauls.
Yeah.
Martian
Martian Manhunter?
Is he really a black guy?
Yeah.
In the comic?
Is
this one of those filler roles?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those roles where he can be black.
He's a Green Lantern?
Yeah. Green Lantern can be black. Like, he can be anything. But anyway, go on.
Martian Manhunt breakdown coming soon.
Patreon.
But it finally gave me the breakdown on the characters that I needed in order to care. And me and Draft were talking about how the boys kind of help. The boys kind of.
Go on.
Fuck.
I just knew this motherfucking new DC. Like, I'm so fucking pissed right now. Go on, man.
Yeah. Good job.
No DC, dog.
Good job.
DC is you though.
He called you a lame. He called you a lame nigga.
It's not even. We gotta do this outside of the pod. Come on, man. Like, we rolling this shit. Like,
Yo, he only be trying niggas like you, bro. I swear to God.
No, it's not even trying.
You like DC, bro?
No, you're supposed to like DC.
Wait till this shit hit the streets.
No, you're just
because you light skinned.
No, you're.
You watered down.
It's a joke. It's a joke in some movie, but it was like it said something. Oh, it was fucking not Daredevil. What's the shit? The
Flash?
The red guy from Marvel. Come on.
Iron Man?
No, like the dark guy.
Deadpool?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, with Deadpool, he said something
Black
like, yo,
Panther?
you're dark, man. You must be from the DC universe.
Yeah.
Man, that's welcome, man. Come on down, bro. DC universe is all right, dog.
It almost felt cult-like because everybody who reads it is like, come on, man.
Yeah,
It's right down here.
Follow me down in the dark alley.
Yeah, come here.
I don't know. Anyway, man.
A van door slides open. It's DC Comics in here.
That's your fucking DC. Your fucking Snyder cut take, man. Y'all don't even like DC, man. I don't even want to hear your fucking take. But go
I
ahead.
like Darkseid.
Man, you know, guess who
Killed Superman.
guess who the fuck
No, that was
stole Darkseid?
Marvel.
Who is he? Thanos?
Damn.
what the fuck are the rings are? They're the four,
That's what I
they're
was
the
like.
3 boxes, right?
Yeah, the mother box.
Yeah.
If you go back and if you go back and you do the history,
That's
if you
what
go,
I knew, but I was like, oh man, DC ripped off Marvel.
no, Marvel ripped off DC.
For real?
Yeah, because
Mother box
DC.
came out first?
Yeah.
What?
No. But who came
Come
out?
on down,
Who came out
dog.
theatrically first, though?
No, come on down.
Who did
man.
it better, bro?
Come on down.
You know how many cuts of Infinity War I saw? One. It was good.
That's
Come
all
on
I
down,
needed.
Dog. Come on down.
I'm fuck with it.
That's the name of the pod. Come on down. Come on down, man. Nah. Anyway, man. Come on. What you got, man? What you got?
Yo, I don't like this nigga. I swear to God, bro. We just work together, bro.
Nah, this how Joe Budden for the bar.
Next topic. Nah, I liked it. I don't really have no points to make any relevant to anything we.
These niggas not DC, man.
Hey, I'm not, bro. I'm not.
It's not Snake Way, man.
I've been saying, fuck DC shit, bro. Respectfully, like I like this a lot, but I feel like it's just.
Shazam was all right too, bro.
I like Shazam.
Yeah.
I didn't make it through it. I didn't make it through it. But I like this because it gave me the backstory I needed because I'm not a DC nigga.
It took his time.
Yeah, it took its time. Yeah.
And
It did it for beginners.
and I feel like it left a lot.
It was like DC for fuck niggas. Go on. I'm just fucking around. It was a joke, people.
Nah. I need some time. I need a break. Draft button's been wild lately. The group chats are different.
We hang out no more.
Yeah, this nigga's throwing memes. He got gifts. GIFs now.
Nah, man.
GIFs and GIFs. I didn't know it was a difference. It's two different things. It's not. But yeah, the Snyder Cut was cool.
No, I love the Snyder Cut. We're on the same page.
Okay. All right. Finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm,
I guess we'll go on to.
No, but I want to honestly, like as I said before, like Martian Manhunter was like my main like character. You know, as a DC guy, you know, on some nerd shit. My DC people holla at me, but yeah, Martian Manhunter like scene was like very prolific. The fact that they had 2 Martian Manhunter scenes was beautiful.
DC got a lot of capes. I noticed that. Everybody got a cape in DC.
Flash don't have a cape.
But that shit don't make sense.
The speed of light is his cape.
He got that draft.
Ooh.
You seen it.
I love the Snyder Cut. I loved it. I think only thing I didn't love about the Snyder Cut, I felt like it was a little bit Marvel-esque. Like they bought into them like the
Taji said it was only 4.5 hours long because half of it was slow motion.
On that note, we'll be right back. Yeah, we're back once again. Yeah,
So
man.
March. You know what comes with March.
A lot of madness, man.
A lot of madness, man.
I can't even lie, man. Like, I think a deeper conversation we're gonna have, like, at some point. I don't know at what point we're gonna have this conversation. We got to talk about women's sports in general. Like, maybe it's the support that women don't give to women's sports, because like we got to talk about that too. Like, as much as like whatever fight for me, like any woman has to have about women's sports and about not being treated about being treated equally. we gotta talk about like the Love and Hip Hop viewership versus WNBA games. Cause I'm sure they're not equal. So like, the first step, because you never gotta ask men to watch men's basketball. I don't think that's marketing. You know what I'm saying? We watch it because we're actually interested in it. Like, if we want to really get into the topic, like, we got to talk about, like, are you actually interested in basketball, or do you want us to just have equal, like, viewership because you feel like equal viewership is supposed to happen? But, like, I mean, we can't, like, fake interest. Like, and a lot of that shit has to, like, start with women. Like, there's more women on this earth than men. So, like, at the end of the day, like, I think, women got to support their own. So, like, when we get into, like, the whole topic about the NCAA not supporting women equally, I think it was fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was super fucked up. But
what when you talk about women
I
supporting
think there's
women,
an echo about women not supporting women.
when you talk about women
as a
supporting
whole.
women, one of the takes I heard was that a woman had to make that decision. That wasn't a man's decision. Based on the social climate, based on the social climate, I don't think a man in a position of power would have felt comfortable making that drastic of a decision. He may have had some shit where it was like, just give him a bench press. You know what I'm saying? The Pilates machine. It would have been more than just a triangle.
I think it's more of a non-decision than it is a decision.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
get
don't
that.
think, either whether it was a man or a woman, I don't think there was necessarily like being intentionally like negligent. But if nobody asks you the question, then you ain't never got to answer it. So I just think that's what it is. Like, nobody ever asked the questions until the women like had to literally put it on social media and like, yo, look what the fuck we dealing with right now. Like, I'm watching this shit like, yo, that shit is fucking crazy. Like, I'm not a fan of like women's basketball. I'm not even gonna say that it's not entertaining or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a big fan of like men's basketball, like, especially when it comes to collegiate level. But at the same time, like, it is what it is. Like, when I saw that shit, I'm just like, yo, Jesus Christ, like, somebody kind of got to do something about this shit. Like, I don't know.
I think the miracle scenario is that they blame the people who set it up. Instead of the people in charge blame the people who set it up and be like, yo, we just gave them the weights and they distributed it however they distributed it.
Nah. We all saw the footage. We saw the footages.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Cardi B.
Footages. But yeah, man, I don't know. It is inexcusable either way. And that is a take that I haven't necessarily thought about because I barely think about men's sports, let alone women's sports.
Honestly, I think all college basketball is slavery, but that's another topic for another day. But anyway, all right, man.
Contemplative draft.
Deshaun Watson, man.
Oh.
I wasn't supposed to talk about this shit, but I read it now, so now we're in it. So,
we one bleep away. Right now.
our prayers are with you. To the victims and to Deshaun Watson. I hope y'all figure that out. But anyway, like, Miami is going crazy, apparently.
I like that. You're getting better at this shit, man. I felt like that was a crossover. Behind the back at that. I thought you fake. All right.
Pump fake.
I see. And then you Hezzy.
Hezzy boys.
But nah, man. I don't have anything to say about Miami other than what the fuck, man. Like, y'all had one shot.
Miami mayor actually also like announced on like a lot of media like, yo, we open right now. So
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, not even the people there, the city itself, from top to bottom, from the people that are there fucking shit up to the people who allowed them to come. Like, we did have the All-Star weekend here, so I'm not waving my finger at anybody doing anything outside. But Keisha said, bleep that. But our mayor said, we're not inviting people here to Atlanta. Like, this is not going to be a festive event.
oh, you call it that from now on. Keisha, baby. Anyway, yeah.
Like
yeah.
and it was publicly made, like it was a public statement made because you already knew what it was gonna look like, and it looked like that still. But yeah.
I know Atlanta been open, so I don't really have a major opinion about this. Like we've been witnessing this shit.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying they was tripping.
Like
but
Atlanta, like we've been closed for probably like 3 or 4 months. Yeah, maybe like a month or two.
30
like, real
days
shit.
collectively.
Like real shit where niggas really,
a row?
like people really took it seriously. Like other than that, like niggas
Like
was
we
on
said
this shit.
earlier, like we worked through the whole pandemic, so it really we did see a point in time where people weren't outside. Now it's just like it's back to regular schedule program.
And on that note, we'll be right back. Yeah. We are back once again. The Wash Guards. I've been saying that a lot this episode.
Roughest intros of any pod to date.
Whatever. No.
Whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's the only
whatever.
shout you gonna get on this pod ever.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into what we've been watching, what we've been listening to. I haven't been watching much. I discussed it right before the pod, and conveniently, I don't know where the fuck my phone is.
Fire. Smart. Yep. You just had it.
You do it, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So what have I been watching? As of late, I've been on a YouTube deep dive. I did
Thank you, sir.
a whole breakdown on Ian Connor on the Threadication channel. I mentioned it on an earlier pod where they talk about certain people who are influencers in fashion or culture, mostly from the standpoint of streetwear. They did a breakdown on V-Lone. They did one on Virgil Abloh, one on Ian Connor. I think they got one on Chrome Hearts. I haven't watched yet, but it's an interesting channel. Really, really interesting. If you kind of like are a nerd on streetwear shit, it's worth the watch. Back on my Tiny Desk shit. Went back and looked.
Damn, I've been on my Tiny Desk shit too. It's crazy. Go ahead.
I looked at Sampha.
I watched Mac Miller.
Mac Miller has one of the better ones.
Yeah.
It's up there. Him and Tyler, the Creator, were probably two of my favorite abstract joints. Well, no, Freddie Gibbs, Tyler, the Creator, Mac Miller.
Freddie Gibbs joint was very dope. Shout out to Mad Lib.
And Anderson .Paak, Karunga Ben, and The Roots. The Roots was a really good one too. What else have I've been going through? I want to say that's it. A bunch of cooking videos. I've been making a lot of food lately. I made scallops. My bad, not scallops. I made clams at work today, and I was just going through recipes for clams and white wine. They've been pushing me to put out like a recipe page, and I don't want to do that shit because I feel like niggas is so corny. Niggas is whack. I feel like I'm not saying there are certain people who do it well. Shout out my nigga Decatur Trav. But if it's not done well, you look like a nigga rapping in your phone. Like, this ain't the venue. Like, it's not. Just
Nobody
relax.
asked for no recipes, nigga.
Yeah, we don't really want that shit for real. But
Nah, Sean make good food. So.
I'm dabbling with the idea. Just because, I mean, nigga, everybody else getting
Sean the
rich off
God
this
with the
fake
cooking shit, man.
I might as well. But yeah, that's all I've really been watching. What I've been listening to, probably a lot of the same shit that I've been listening to on Tiny Desk. A lot of Karunga Ben, a lot of Salt still, Salt 7 specifically. Probably my favorite Salt album is Salt 7. Freddie Gibbs, Gang Signs, Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo. I went back and listened to Benny the Butcher Plugs I Met 2. I reserve comment.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
I listened to Travis Scott, Al Farrell. I had to go back to
Good
SoundCloud
shit,
to find
good
it.
shit, good shit.
I can't wait to shit on you.
I can't wait just to shit on
Everything
you.
could have been terrible on that project, and he could have put that on there.
I like the Paul Wall joint.
Yeah, the Paul Wall joint's hard. What's that other joint? I can't ever remember the name.
The
of it.
Lafayette Lunk. The joint. The Lawless. Well, let's call him Theophilus Lunk. Theophilus London.
Theophilus London. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went back and listened to Owl Pharaoh. That's really it. I didn't listen to shit else.
All right. Well,
Yep.
that's a good sign.
Butt naked. Don't even worry about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. Butt naked. Well, that's a good sign. All right. Deshaun Watson of this pod shit. Fumbling and bumbling and stumbling. Shout out to Chris Berman. I've been listening to a lot of random shit. I listen to, I'm going to back up off the mic because I ain't got no filter on it. Dick Don't Feel Me Now. Shout out to Mike Jones. America's Nightmare. Shout out to Mobb Deep. Throw Your Hands in the Air. Shout out to Kanye. It's produced by Kanye. Best Bar Exam. Shout out to Royce of 5'9".
Shout out Royce.
Shout out Royce. It's a really dope joint there called Ding. It's produced by DJ Premier. It's one of my favorite Royce and DJ Premier joints, like before they were a group. Anyway, shout out to Elzai, the preface. Traditional joint is one of my favorite joints. It's kind of like a love song, but it's very dope. I really love that joint. Shout out to Salt 5. Yeah, Up All Night. Been on that joint. Shout out to Salt again. Sunshine, Untitled, Rise. In parentheses, shout out to Plugs I Meant Too. We ain't gonna talk about that, and we gonna end it just like that. I ain't been watching too much. I watched the Death of Blockbuster, the last Blockbuster. But because I don't have a filter, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. So we are out of here. We are Washed Never Washed Up.
Washed Never Washed Up. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you
do that
to all
thing.
the gods and goddesses out there that's been fucking with us from day whatever.
Yeah. Do that thing. Do it. Shout out to No Limit Exposure. No Limit Exposure. Exposures, yeah. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. Bye. No filter. Draft. Bye.
Yeah, we bye. I thought we was gone.